What if I told you that Christopher Columbus never discovered America? We're all taught in school that in 1492, Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue and discovered the New World. But is that really what happened? Or is this one of history's most widespread and misunderstood stories? The narrative of a heroic explorer stumbling upon a new land is simple, clean, and inspiring. But the reality is far more complex and, frankly, much darker. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on this famous tale. Get ready, because what you're about to hear might just change the way you see history forever. In the 15th century, European powers were desperate to find a direct sea route to Asia, the source of valuable goods like spices and silks. The traditional land routes were long, dangerous, and controlled by rival powers. Columbus proposed a seemingly brilliant solution. Instead of sailing east around Africa, why not sail west across the Atlantic? He believed the world was smaller than it actually is, and that a westward journey would be a quick shortcut to the riches of the East Indies. In August 1492, Columbus set sail from Spain with 3 ships, the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria Letters. After more than 2 months at sea, the journey was perilous. The crew was restless, supplies were dwindling, and the vast, empty ocean seemed endless. But finally, on October 12, 1492, a lookout spotted land. Columbus and his crew had reached an island in what we now call the Bahamas. This fundamental misunderstanding is why he called the native people he encountered Indians, a misnomer that has stuck for centuries. He explored the Caribbean, visiting islands like Cuba and Hispaniola, all the while believing he was near Japan or China. In reality, he had stumbled upon an entirely new continent from the European perspective, a continent that was not empty, not new, and had been home to thriving civilizations for thousands and thousands of years. His arrival was not a discovery. It was an encounter, and one that would change the course of world history. So, if Columbus didn't discover an empty land, who was already living in the Americas, long before 1492, the continents of North and South America were vibrant and densely populated. Historians estimate that tens of millions of people, some say up to 100 million, lived here. This wasn't a sparse, undeveloped wilderness. It was a world of incredible diversity, home to more than 500 distinct indigenous nations, each with its own language, culture, and history. In Mesoamerica, great empires like the Maya and the Aztec built stunning cities with monumental pyramids, developed complex writing systems, and made sophisticated astronomical observations. In the Andes, the Inca Empire constructed an extensive network of roads and ruled over millions. In North America, diverse societies like the Haudenosaunee Confederacy created advanced political systems, and communities in the Mississippi Valley built enormous earthwork mounds. They had advanced agriculture, complex trade networks, and rich spiritual traditions. To say Columbus discovered this land is to erase the existence and achievements of all these people. So the question we have to ask is, how can you discover a place where millions of people already live? But let's dig even deeper into the discovery myth. Even if we're only talking about Europeans, was Columbus the first one to reach the Americas? The answer is a clear and resounding no. Archaeological evidence and Norse sagas tell us that Viking explorers landed in North America nearly 500 years before Columbus was even born. Around the year 1000, the Viking explorer Leif Erikson led an expedition from Greenland and established a settlement in a place he called Vinland, which we now know is Newfoundland in modern-day Canada. Unlike Columbus's arrival, the Viking presence was short-lived and didn't lead to permanent colonization, so it didn't have the same world-altering impact. But the fact remains, Columbus was not the first European to set foot on American soil. He wasn't the first human, and he wasn't even the first European. So what really happened after Columbus arrived? This is the darkest chapter of the story, the part often glossed over in textbooks. Columbus's arrival marked the beginning of a brutal and devastating era for the indigenous peoples of the Americas. He and his men weren't peaceful visitors. His subsequent voyages were focused on exploitation, driven by a lust for gold and resources. He established a system of forced labor, enslaving the native Taino people of Hispaniola and forcing them to mine for gold. Those who failed to meet their quotas faced horrific punishments, but the most deadly impact was unintentional. The Europeans brought with them diseases like smallpox, measles, and influenza, to which the indigenous populations had no immunity. These diseases spread like wildfire, causing catastrophic epidemics that wiped out an estimated 90% of the indigenous population. Entire civilizations vanished. What is often celebrated as a heroic discovery was, for the people who were already there, the beginning of a genocide. This is the tragic legacy of 1492, a legacy of violence, slavery, and immense loss. Why is there a federal holiday in his name in the United States? The answer lies in perspective and power. History is often written by the victors, and for centuries, the dominant historical narrative was European. From their point of view, Columbus's voyage was a monumental achievement. It opened up two continents for European settlement and exploitation, creating vast wealth and power for empires like Spain. The idea that European recognition was what gave the continent its significance was a cornerstone of colonial ideology. It's a narrative that deliberately centers the European experience and erases the indigenous one. He connected to worlds, but that connection came at an unimaginable human cost. His voyages triggered a wave of colonization, the transatlantic slave trade, and centuries of suffering for indigenous peoples and Africans. It's about understanding the complexities of the past and acknowledging the truth, even when it's uncomfortable. If this video made you think, please share it with someone who might need to see it. Let's get a conversation going, and I want to hear from you in the comments below. Based on what you know now, let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the history you thought you knew.